Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, and the Cincinnati Bengals as they match up with Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Miami Dolphins. With that, let's get down to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, we are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago. The Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis on hand. And, Charles, we've got two teams here certainly with something to prove after a disappointing 2017.
Let's be honest about it. Their playoff aspirations, they went splat, didn't they? They've got to prove now to themselves and to their fans. Are they one of those teams that's ready to move back up, or are they one of those teams that really has to rebuild?
Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here to lead out the offense in his first year as a Dolphin, but 15th overall, it's the bearded veteran Ryan Fitzpatrick. And the new coaching staff coming in, they finally decided to pull the plug on the Ryan Tannehill era after 7 seasons and no playoff wins. So enter Ryan Fitzpatrick, signed in free agency, fittingly on St. Patrick's Day, by the way. But last year with Tampa Bay, you remember Fitzpatrick got off to that incredible start. Over 400 yards passing in each of the first 3 games of the year, 11 total touchdown passes, and now it's his time to do it with Miami.
He's crashing. He's checking.
They'll run on first down. Laird, he'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. Time to feature the offensive starters and our first chance to get a look at Parker.
Devontae Parker came out of Louisville with a guy who was known as a mature receiver. Runs routes really well, but the best part of his game, he'll jump over you at the end of a route and go get the football.
Check, 59. Watch the pass.
On second down now, Laird. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
I see you.
The defensive starters now for Cincinnati.
Strong safety Sean Williams really bounced back from injuries in previous seasons to post one of the best years of his NFL career. 5 interceptions in 2018, led the league in interception return yards, provides great veteran leadership, and some real thump coming from his spot in the secondary.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Two times. We got 4.
Play fake. It's Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Alex Erickson deep for Cincinnati. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So now the Bengals get ready for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
And there's no substitute for experience in this league, and what it usually leads to, a whole lot of confidence. Andy Dalton is sharp with where to go with the football now. I think he sees reads before they actually even happen. He can sense them now, and he is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A Fort Lauderdale native back near home, Giovanni Bernard. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. And Dalton to throw. This one complete to Giovanni Bernard. Here now the offense for the Bengals.
Out of the backfield is Joe Mixon, and he was a valuable commodity coming out of the University of Oklahoma because of his ability to be so versatile. Can run it inside with power, gets to the perimeter and can outrun people, catches the ball not only out of the backfield, but you can split him out just like he would be a receiver. And I think that if he wanted to dedicate himself, he'd be an all-pro kick returner.
Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. He's got his man, Boyd.
Here we go. Here we go.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jet sweep, Boyd with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They'll get this out wide to Boyd. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And a look at the starters for the Miami defense.
Eric Rowe fits the profile of the so-called new breed of cornerback in the NFL. A college safety with length, he transitions very well to the corner in the league.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Dalton gets it to his running back, Bernard. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Dalton gives to Bernard, and able to pick up the 1st across midfield to the 47. And they have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Mike, 55.
They'll run it here with Bernard. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
Let's get off the field.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack.
Every time it's a set.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep is Marcus Sherrills. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Miami Dolphins, they get the football here. You know, Charles, give them credit because they're still putting forth a lot of effort week in and week out. If you're looking at what they've done in the regular season, just 3-10. Almost got a victory against the New York Jets in Week 14, but the Jets had a field goal at the end. By the way, speaking of field goals, they got all 21 points in that game from their kicker, Jason Sanders.
Which tells you exactly why they lost. Because typically kicking field goals in the NFL, even a lot of them, just put you in a position to get beat, not necessarily win a game. That's exactly what happened with the Jets coming off the pace late and beating them, ironically enough, by a field goal. But I love the way that this Dolphins team continues to fight and scrap and try to win games. Everyone thought they were just going to kind of let this season go. Not at all. Big credit to Brian Flores, the head coach, the rest of the staff, and a big credit to the players as well for embracing the challenge.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Check. Mike 20. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
On 2nd down, Laird. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Play action now, Fitzpatrick. Gonna look deep for Wilson. He's got him in, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Throwing on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The catches like that, that's what the Dolphins envisioned when they took Gesicki high in the 2nd round a season ago. He did have 22 catches as a rookie, but did not find the end zone. Certainly feels more comfortable wearing number 88, his old college number, after sporting 86 as a rookie. On 3rd and 1, here's Fitzpatrick. And it's caught by Parker. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
First foray into the red zone for Miami. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10.
It's going to be a long day.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete here. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Fitzpatrick. And incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Fitzpatrick's pass intended for number 42.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on.
27-yard attempt.
The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Cincinnati's offense coming back out here. It's a 1-12 Bengals team, and there were some good things that happened in the Week 14 game against Cleveland, even though it was a loss for Cincinnati. A season-high total in yards, 451, and winning the turnover battle for the first time this season. But despite that, they couldn't stack another win on top of their Week 13 victory.
So after you've given the good stuff, let's temper it with where they really are. That was their 10th straight loss in the AFC North. Now guaranteed to finish last in the division for the second straight season. Remember when they were a perennial playoff team? Hard to believe they've fallen this far, this fast. Next up, they host New England. Then they're at Miami. Then home against Cleveland again to close out this season. Then they look forward to the NFL Draft.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago.
We're good.
And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
That just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Dalton here from the gun. Underneath, this is Bernard. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 21-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing, Dalton. He's got Green. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Bullock will put this one through. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Not too much to show you scoring-wise in that first half. Just a couple of field goals make up all the scoring. But the teams are ready to go at half number 2. So to bring it your way, let's get right back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, Dalton. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it second down.
Out of bounds at the 41-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Dalton now to pass. On the screen, Bernard. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. On 1st down, Laird. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Laird looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Operating from the gun, Fitzpatrick. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put it up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
They'll run now with Gaskin. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
57. 20. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Fitzpatrick on 3rd and 2. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action now. Dalton going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
So Dalton now. And able to find Green. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
You used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Andy Dalton now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
To throw here, Dalton, and he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
Here's Kevin Huber now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They'll run on 1st down. Laird. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play fake. It's Fitzpatrick. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Now a short one to Gesicki. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Joe Mixon. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dalton finding Green complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line.
1st down, Bengals.
Andy Dalton now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Dalton bootlegs out. Green brings it in. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. Fights free yet again. And he bulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Well, without a doubt, all credit's got to go to the runner. Found his way into the end zone, but the defensive guys just not wrapping up well when they try to tackle him.
And that's the thing. You've got to wrap up. A lot of times these days you see guys, they just want to go as hard as they can and throw their body at somebody. That's not old school football, though.
No, old school football is fundamentals. Wrapping up, locking your hands, and trying to get him on the ground.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Right, 80! 42! I got you. I got you.
They go play action. Fitzpatrick. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Mike, check, 59.
Fitzpatrick now. And this will be incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been terrific so far. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You.
They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Again, here's Bernard. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Here we go.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run the counter. Bernard. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. They'll run again with Bernard. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. The carry here for the big tight end. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this will not have the distance to get there. Short, no good, just under the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. Things just got interesting. They tried for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Fitzpatrick to throw. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
42's mine, 42's mine.
Fitzpatrick now from the 50. Caught. It's Wilson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. They'll look to throw. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for number 42. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go. Here we go.
One last shot now for Fitzpatrick. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, we sign off from Miami.